everybody? It's your boy Charlie Hustle, IAC Lifestyle Podcast, Unapologetically Unfiltered. And yet again, as you can see, my lovely co-host Miss Candy Hustle is off doing some things of her own. So yet again, your boy's holding it down solo, but we ain't tripping because I got my guy Devo in the building. He's gonna join
Yeah.
us. He's gonna join us, and we're just gonna discuss his career as an artist, his upbringing, some things that he's dealt with over time, and some new plans that he has for the future, some projects and all that good stuff. So, my man, you want to give us an intro, please?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, my name Devo. I make music. I'm a rapper, artist. I'm from Chicago, live in Arizona now. Just grinding, working 2 jobs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, shoot, man, I appreciate you coming on. I know you're a very busy man, but I think what you're going to provide, the topics we got lined up, some people can take some value from it. You know what I mean? And hopefully they can apply it in their own course of life. So,
So
so we're going to go ahead and just dive right in real quick, man. So you said you're from Chicago, and anytime somebody tells me the city they're from, I always ask them so we can be specific with it. So
yeah,
what side of Chicago you from?
for sure, for sure. I'm from the South Side. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was born in Chicago in the inner city, but from 6 years old to 18, I was in the burbs, like 20 minutes from
Okay.
Chicago. It's a suburb called Calumet City. It's like
Okay.
20 minutes outside of Chicago.
Okay, hell yeah, hell yeah. So now I'm not too familiar with the South Side Chicago, but I know I've met some, and you may not be a baseball fan, but I've met some baseball fans. And so now is the South Side, is that Cubs territory or is that White Sox
That's
territory?
White Sox
That's
territory.
White Sox. Okay.
Yeah,
You you follow baseball, you're not really fucking with
yeah,
baseball.
yeah. I'm a baseball fan. I grew up playing baseball. I'm a
Okay, so
Sox fan. The high
got
school I went to in Chicago is actually down the street from the White Sox Stadium.
okay. Very nice.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what's up. White Sox in the building, South Side Chicago,
yeah,
stand
for
up.
sure, for sure.
We in here. Well, shoot, man. So let's get some background real quick then. So, do you have any siblings, brothers,
Yes,
sisters? Okay,
yeah. I got two little sisters. They twins. They 19.
okay, that's what's up. It's funny you say that. So, I got a twin sister, and then my youngest brother and sister are twins as well. So, my mom had two sets of twins.
What? That's
Yeah,
wow.
ain't it though?
That's two sets of twins.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So now, are they still back in Chicago?
Nah, they here. They in Arizona.
Okay, that's what's up. So, how long have you guys been out here?
We've been out here since 2015, so 9 years.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So now, what are some of the major differences, I guess, in culture that you've noticed between Arizona and well, I guess Phoenix and Chicago?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the main thing I noticed off rip is in Phoenix, the people are more friendlier and welcoming. Like when me and my mom, we would go to the grocery store when we first got to Phoenix, and people would just speak to us, just start up conversations. In Chicago, it's not really a lot of that. You go about your business. You don't really speak to people when you walk past them. You
Okay.
just do you. But in Arizona, I see people like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Like they just say something to you. It's like when we first came out here, we like, "You talking to us? Like, are you talking to me?" It's definitely a difference with that.
Okay, okay, hell yeah. What else is different? And I like to ask this question too, because I'm from New Mexico, and it's a desert still, but there's
Hmm.
still some little things here and there. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
that cultures are different. So I always like to learn about other places I haven't been to.
for sure. I know another big difference is you don't gotta look over your shoulder as much. There's
Okay.
definitely some rough parts of Phoenix, but it's nice. Like Chicago, a big, vast majority of the Chicagoland area has dangerous territories. So it's a
Okay.
lot of having to look over your shoulder and be very aware and street smarts. You gotta be on your P's and Q's more out there. Like Arizona, it's not really too much of that. You can be a little loose, like
Yeah.
get out the car, go in the gas station, leave your car running, leave your door unlocked. It's definitely a little bit. It's way safer in Arizona than in Phoenix and Chicago.
Okay, okay. So now, what was life like growing up in? I know you said you were born inner city and then moved to the suburbs, but what can you tell us just in general about what life was like growing up out there in Chicago?
For sure. Yeah, yeah. It was real cultural, you know. I went to a lot of different schools in Chicago, but I mainly went to school in the city, even when I was living in the suburbs. And it was just it was a lot of it was a lot of like, how do I explain it? Like what I was saying about it being a lot of culture, more so like not just it was diverse. Like Chicago is a very
Okay,
diverse city. It's
okay,
not a melting pot. It's not really a melting pot like Arizona, because it's a vast majority of people in Chicago from Chicago. But it's just a mix of so many different cultures. You know, like you got Greek town, Chinatown. You know, it's
okay.
like different different areas of the city where you can tell this is this specific culture that lives
Yeah.
here, and this is this specific. So it's very cultural. Um, I would say it's a very beautiful city, like downtown Chicago up north. The South Side really needs like it needs some improvement for sure. Like it's a lot of vacant lots and shit like that, but it's still a
Okay.
beautiful city for the most part, you know. And you know, you like I was saying earlier, you really gotta be on your P's and Q's. Like being from Chicago, it teaches you how to be more aware of your surroundings and just
Yeah.
be more street smart. You put in certain scenarios that you gotta you gotta think of what you would do more in Chicago than I feel like other places, you know. So
Okay, no, no, for sure. And I've never been. I got some friends whose families are from that area, and they always talk about, how nice it is, but kind of same sentiment that you have. Like, it's nice, but you gotta be on your not necessarily on your toes, but making sure you're paying attention, watching your surroundings too. But I mean, I've seen pictures. You know what I mean? All online and all that stuff. Looks like a very nice area, a beautiful area.
yeah,
So I might have to put it on my list one day to go check it out.
yeah, I feel like you would enjoy it. You know, if you I recommend you stay downtown. You know, and
Okay.
then go from there. If you go out south, just have a destination. One big rule in Chicago: do not sit in your car.
Okay.
That's a huge no to just sit in your car, especially on somebody block. You know,
Gotcha.
like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff happens where you know misidentification. You know, people thinking you up to something that you just
Yeah.
chilling. You know, so but I say stay downtown or up north, the south side, east side, and west side. It's only select parts
Yeah.
that's nice. You know.
Okay. That's when I hit up my man like, yo, I'm over here on the south side. Where's the spots that I can get
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
eat, get something to eat, and be out real
And
quick.
so yeah.
Well, shoot, man. So let's talk about some. And have you? I'll just ask the question: have you always wanted to be an artist? Like growing up, was that always something that you wanted to do, or was there another path that you kind of wanted to take? And then once you got more deep into your career, you said, "Okay, this is what I'm doing for sure, for sure."
Yeah, I didn't really plan on being a rapper or artist until like my senior year in high school when we made these videos that went viral. You know, before that,
Yeah, we gonna get into those. So,
yeah, before we made those videos, I was a poet. I wrote poetry, but
okay,
as far as my career choice, I was really trying to be in the medical field, like a nurse or you know, like a psychologist, nurse or psychologist were the two main things that I was really aiming for going into my senior year because I was getting ready to go to college, and I was remember telling my mom, yeah, I want to be either like a nurse or a psychologist, and I was leaning more towards psychology, but then we had made those videos, and you know, things changed for sure.
okay, hell yeah. And now, if you don't mind me asking, what did your parents do? Um, and was the nursing and the psychologist something that they kind of geared you towards, or was that on your own?
That was more so on my own. My mom, she works at Northern Trust Bank. My dad, he's a truck driver, and
Okay.
yeah.
And I imagine they supported, you know what I mean, you going to college and doing that.
100%. Crazy part, we uh we made those videos our senior year, and we had a lot of opportunities on the table. My parents, they was on some like, nah, you gotta go to school, because it
Okay.
was it was really a choice we had to make. Where it's like, are we gonna really lock in and go full steam ahead with this music shit, or try to balance school with it and actually go to college? And my parents, they felt I needed to go to college. I ain't gonna say I necessarily agree fully with it, but I grew up to respecting your parents is a must. So since they wanted me
Yeah.
to, I went ahead and did it.
Okay. Okay. So did you ended up going to college then?
Yeah, I only went for a year though, and then I had ended
Okay.
up withdrawing from classes, and I picked up two full-time jobs.
Okay. And just been grinding ever since.
Yeah, been grinding ever since 2016.
Okay. Okay. So now let's move into it then. Now, you said you wrote poetry. Was there no music being made before that? Or was it just strictly like poetry and stuff? Or did
Man,
you kind of dabble in,
it
in it a
was
little bit?
it was no music being made. Like, I definitely tried to write a song or two before, just to
Okay.
like mess around, but I never actually recorded anything, nothing like that. I used to freestyle. I grew up freestyling. I always like
Okay.
been one of those kids that's freestyling or do a quick dance or something like that. But as far as making music, I didn't make music until those videos.
Okay. Okay. Got you. So what was your parents? I obviously, they what you said they wanted you to go to college, but as you're making these videos and they're going viral, what are their thoughts?
Yeah, it's crazy because I didn't say nothing to them about it. They found out through one of our relatives calling in. You seen the video of Devin? Ooh. And then they sent them the
Okay.
video, and they asked me about it. And they was like, so in the first video that they had when they first heard about it, I had said this famous bar where I say, I'm gonna eat her ass like a cheesecake. So they was mainly tripping on that. They weren't tripping, but they was
Yeah.
also eat her ass like a cheesecake. Where you get that from? But they were supporting that. They thought it was funny and entertaining. They definitely support.
Okay, okay, hell yeah. So now I obviously I know, the song. I've seen the video. Can you for those who are watching and listening and may not know, obviously they don't know who you are.
Mhm.
The name of the song, how y'all came up with it. I know I read a comment, and I don't know how true this is, but I read a comment that said that y'all did it in like the bathroom or something of the high school.
High
Can you
school
just kind
locker
of
room.
detail, okay, the locker room. Can you just detail like how that whole thing came about?
For sure, for sure. So we I I was Vine famous at the time. I had like over 60,000 followers on Vine, and Instagram, Twitter. I had a little following. Uh, and I was on a track team at my high school. So
Okay.
it was two other guys that was on the track team. One of them, he was also Vine famous. He had a nice following on Vine and Twitter and Instagram and all that. His name was JoJo. So E-Man, he wasn't really on social media like that. He was just, regular guy, but he was super cold at track. He was the fastest kid at our school. He
Okay.
It was his idea. So after track practice during track practice, he had said he had wanted to do this challenge where we rap, and then after each bar we gotta say So
Okay.
we get to doing it, we freestyling, and it was smooth. We was actually saying shit. We was like, oh, we should record this. So we decided to record it, and then we had bars that we had already said and came up with. Like, it wasn't like a freestyle on the first take, like turn the camera on, we
Got
all
you.
just started
Okay.
freestyling. Those
Yeah.
bars that we had said in the video were bars that we had came up while we were freestyling. And it
Okay.
just rained. So we made that video. E-Man, he posted on his page after track practice, and we were still together after he posted it. Man, when I tell you his phone, doo-doo-doo, 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 notifications coming in like back to back for at least like an hour or two.
That's
Just like he had to
crazy.
turn his notifications off. But after we did that, the first video, we got a lot of calls from like different label reps, and they was saying like, we gotta monetize this, we gotta keep it going. So
Yeah.
we decided to make more videos. So the first video we did it in the high school locker room after track practice. Second video we did it in the locker room again, but in a different location. And
Okay.
for the second video, instead of it being three of us, it was four of us, because my homie Sumo, he was already rapping in Chicago. He had a nice following. He was cool. He had songs on the radio, and he had hit me. He like, man, it seemed like y'all could rap for real. When he saw the first video, I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, for real, we was fucking around. But you trying to be in the next one? He like, hell yeah. So I checked in with JoJo and E-Man, made sure they was cool with it. They was cool with it. And then Sumo, he was in the second video. You know what I'm saying? That we did that. We did the third video, the fourth. I think we did a total of 7 videos.
Woo.
One of them had B.O.B. in it, and the other, it was one that had DC Young
Okay.
Fly, but the other 5 was just us. And the song came about. When the labels kept telling us like, y'all need to monetize these videos y'all doing, so y'all actually making money from it, because we wasn't making no money from just posting the videos on social media.
Yeah.
So we started trying to make a song with the concept. So boom, we made like, I say 2 or 3 songs, and we wasn't really fucking with it. Then we came up with the decision to take the lyrics that we were saying in the videos that we were recording in the schools, and we took the lyrics we said and put them over a beat.
Okay.
And the beat was pretty fire. Got it from a producer in Ohio. I forgot his name. But we took the words we were saying in the videos we posted on social media and put them over the beat and put the song out. The song blew up, and then this is videographer from Chicago. He's very, very famous, prestigious. He shot videos for all the Chicago artists you can think of: Chief Keef, G Herbo, King Louis, Lil
Okay.
Durk, all them. He shot videos for all them.
Okay.
He uh he reached out to me and asked me if we wanted to do our video with him, because I was cool with him from me being on Vine. And I
Got you.
told the
Okay.
guys, and they was like, yeah, let's do it. So we shot the music video with him. So we got one video on his page, and we got one video on the Hott Headzz Vivo page. The video on AZ page, that video has like 21 million, if I'm not mistaken, 21 or 22 million. Then the one
Okay.
on the Hott Headzz Vivo page has like 44 or 45 million.
Damn.
So yeah, it's been going up. Like I say, in the past year, it's been over 1 million more views than it was last time I checked. So it's
That's
still
bananas.
still it's still going up.
That's bananas. That's what's up though.
Yeah,
That's
man.
dope. It's like let's go in locker room and just make some shit. And it
You
fucking
feel
blew
me?
up.
It was authentic, man. Like, that was the
Yeah.
best part.
No, for sure, for sure. I think that's what makes people appreciate it more, you know what I mean, when they see something that's just raw
Hmm.
like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But that's dope though. No, and I liked it too, because I remember when we first met, exchanged contact info, and I was like, I remember you telling me about the video. I said, let me go check this out real quick. So I'm
Right.
looking, I'm scrolling the comments. So I'm like, oh, this is nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I said, I fuck with this. That's dope
For
though. So
sure.
now, um, obviously you're out here now. The rest of the guys are still in Chicago, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah. All three. So now at this moment, they all back in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. But throughout the years, we all been in different locations. Like my boy Sumo, he was in Vegas for a minute. My boy E-Man was in Louisiana for a minute. JoJo, he was
Okay.
always in Chicago. But it was a point in time where we were just in different states, you know, But like right
Right.
after, I say right after high school, that's when we moved to different states.
Okay.
Like E-Man ended up moving back to Chicago soon. Sumo ended up moving back to Chicago. I haven't moved back to Chicago yet, but yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. So now, would you say that you guys were like a group, or would you just consider yourselves solo artists that just happen to put this shit together?
I think we're a group. You know, at this
Okay.
moment, we're not an active group, but overall, I think we are a group. Um, because it took a lot of team effort to do the videos we was doing and put those songs together. Um, Unfortunately, you know, we're not an active group at this moment. You know, I feel like if we was still a group or if we was to come back together right now, we would really make a lot of noise. But you know, it was a lot of politics and shit. It was a lot of shit that happened. It's hard to have a group. Like I see why we used to always hear about these different groups breaking up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because actually experiencing it firsthand, like shit go left quick because it's 4 different individuals with different
Personalities.
interpretations, different
Yeah.
philosophies, different perspectives, and we all on one mission. So it's like it's really hard to all come together and put the bullshit to the side and just push through. But you know, it is what it is.
No, for sure, for sure. Well, shoot, man, that's dope. I've never been. Well, I guess it was me and another dude back in the day that used to spit together. Nothing ever really happened from it, but
Mhm.
I can see, like you said, there's creative differences. Everybody
Yeah,
wants to move. Someone wants to move in one direction, someone wants to move in a different direction. So I can understand the hardships that might
yeah,
come with being in a group.
facts.
Um, So now, and I'll kind of let you take the lead on this. And I know you said, we had discussed some things that we were going to discuss, and you wanted to touch on some mental health and some other stuff that had happened in your life. So I'll let you kind of go into that detail if you want to take the lead on that.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a huge mental health advocate. You know, I I try to be an example of kindness and compassion because the thing about mental health is not like a physical injury where like you break your arm, I'm gonna see you with a cast on, or like your arm gonna be disfigured, and I can see that that pain or that's disfiguration,
Yeah.
as opposed to mental health. If you got schizophrenia or autistic or bipolar or whatever it may be, sometimes you don't really see that on the surface from their appearance. You know,
So true.
you will really have to talk to them or they'll have to confess it to you for you to know that they got that going on.
Yeah.
So I personally, when I moved to Arizona, um I went through a huge culture shock and I had an ego death where, like, you know, when I was in Chicago, I couldn't go out in public without people running up to me. Like it was it was like I was a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was crazy. Like whenever I go out, like people running up, oh, like for real. And then I come to
No, you were.
Arizona and people not really recognizing me, but like when I was going to ASU, like people, man, you look familiar. Like I got so much of that. Like, man, you look
Yeah.
mad familiar. Man, I've seen you before. I got so much of that, man. It was driving me crazy. Like, am I supposed to tell y'all like y'all saw that video with the rap? Like, I'm supposed to
Yeah.
break that down every time. Cause like I'm in Arizona, so these people not expecting me from them videos in Chicago to be in Arizona. So they're not putting
Yeah.
two and two together. It was certain people that did that are recognizing, like, oh, you from them videos? Like, it was a lot of times that happened, but for the most part, people were they just keep on looking at me trying to figure out where they know me from.
Yeah.
But when I moved to Arizona, I only knew, I didn't know anybody out here. I didn't have any friends out here. I had family out here, but they was like my daddy age. Like, they was older
Oh,
cousins. They wasn't
okay.
like my age,
Yeah.
nothing like that. So I didn't have nobody out here except for who I was coming out here with. You know what I'm saying? And I met people quick, but like with ASU, I couldn't really connect with people. I couldn't become friends with people because I was traveling every month. Every month I'm
Okay.
going back to Chicago or I'm going to a city where we got a show in. Like we had shows in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, Indiana, you know what I'm saying? A few places. I'm
Okay.
traveling during school and I'm missing out on shit like the bonding and the chemistry that's getting built in the freshman class. I wasn't really around for a lot of it, so I didn't have many friends, but I had people I was cool with my freshman year. But I was going through a real deep depression, like just moving to Arizona, not having nobody, being far from everybody, being far from what I know. I went
Yeah.
through a huge depression, and I would say around February of 2016, I had smoked with a couple homies that I lived in a dorm with, and they didn't. It wasn't no malice in their heart. I still believe to this day they didn't do this on purpose, but we had smoked a pre-roll that they had got from. So it was around like the Russian shit when these frats and sororities were trying to get people to join their organization. So this fraternity, they say this fraternity TCAT gave them a pre-roll or whatever, some shit like that. Boom. I smoke it with them. Fast forward. So that shit was K2.
Damn.
I smoked some K2, I got off my square. I was really like I wasn't myself no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had to really like where I'm at today, I never would have thought I'd be at this spot. I thought I was gonna be homeless or I just thought I was
That's
never gonna be myself
crazy.
again, bro. I
Yeah.
really believe I was done for. You know what I'm saying? But luckily I had the support of my family. I didn't really get friends too involved. Like we kept it real hush. Like not many people even know this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm cool
Yeah.
with opening up about it now because I've made it to this point and I
Of
feel my
course.
testimony to help others because it's
No,
all about
definitely.
it's all about willpower and pushing through. Like life can knock you down, but you gotta have the willpower to just get back up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's why
Oh
I'm
yeah.
such a mental health advocate. Like they ended up so that first time in 2015, they told me I had situational depression. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get diagnosed with nothing crazy or whatever, but boom, I started getting into the Bible a whole lot and learning different things about the Bible and different terminology, and it really like affected me a whole lot where like I was having visions and I was like when my subject matter, like I wasn't really talking about things clearly. Like I was trying to
Okay.
connect. Like I was just really out of it in a way. And long story short, I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. You know what I'm saying? Not like it was like a mild diagnosis where it's not really I forgot what they said exactly, but it's not like a severe case. It's more so of a
Okay.
mild case or whatever. And with that, I kind of wasn't surprised because my grandma, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I know
Okay.
that's hereditary, it runs through the family or whatever.
Yeah.
But like with that, it was a lot. Like it's a lot of details I'm leaving out. But like, luckily, like it's not severe. But I've been in situations where I've been in behavioral homes because of episodes I'm having, and I'm
Okay.
seeing the people. I'm with the people that's really going through it, that's really severely diagnosed with
Yeah.
shit. And I'm seeing like, damn, like the resources that's being used, like they get the job done, but it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. Like
Okay.
we gotta invest more into our communities where it's legit people that's professionals that actually have the compassion and the loving kindness to be here for these people that need extra attention. You know what I'm
For
saying? Because
sure.
that's majority of the
Oh
time
yeah.
with mental health patients. Like, it's not that they don't get it or they necessarily handicapped. It's just they need a little bit more patience and a little
Yeah.
bit more time to understand and grasp things. You know what I'm saying? Or
For
just,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? That's all I really. But yeah, man, it's been a journey for sure, and I've met a lot of people that go through what I go through, where they tell me like, man, I was diagnosed with that too, and it's like, damn, you know, I see it's very prominent in our community, and I also see, like, I try not to judge too harshly. I don't necessarily believe in the don't judge. Like, people say, don't judge. You have to pass judgment to live. Like, especially if you have kids, like your kids, Daddy, I want to go play with Sarah. Can I go play with Sarah? Sarah is her parents are fucking crazy. Like, let's not
Hmm.
get too detailed, but you got to make that
Yeah.
judgment. Like, no, you can't go play with Sarah. Like,
Of course.
you got to make that judgment. So, like, I
That.
pass judgment. I just don't judge too harshly. I don't judge to a degree that I don't want to be judged at. I judge at a
Yeah.
degree that I want to be judged. You know. So what I'm getting to, like, with me, like, being in the position I'm in now, like, at first I used to, you know, I used to judge a book by its cover, you know what I'm saying? But going through what I went through, you know what I'm saying? Now the way that I judge is like, I'm just very careful, and I try to be very
Yeah.
compassionate, you know, open hearted. Cause like, when I was going through that depression season, it really helped a lot when I would come across people that was just very welcoming and very, very compassionate
Yeah.
and kind. You know, that would lift my spirits. So now that I'm not in that dark space no more, I want to make sure that, you know, if I come across somebody that's in a dark space, that I'm that light that people were for me when I was going through what I was
Yeah.
going through.
No, for sure, for sure, man. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's huge because, like we discussed, you are opening up, telling your story, which my hope, and I'm sure your hope, is that somebody finds hope in whatever situation that they might be in, right? And I think that you hit the nail on the head when you said just treat people with kindness and compassion. You never know what somebody's going through, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
you hear too many times where somebody says the wrong thing to somebody, and then it just conspires and spirals into all kinds of other stuff, and it didn't have to get that far, but didn't have to get that far.
Mhm.
So I think that what you said is 100% true. Like, on the surface, have some compassion, have some kindness, because you never know what somebody's going through, what they may have been through, any of that stuff. So, man, I got mad respect for that.
For sure.
So now, obviously, I know you said you just had your family mainly, but what was, if you care to share, what was, kind of the things that they went through in helping you get through all of that?
Yeah. Um. So my little sisters, we didn't communicate as much when I was going through that. They I think they were 11 turning 12. They were 11 turning 12 around that time. And my parents were just telling them I was sick. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They was just describing it as I was sick. But I was still, like, I moved out the ASU dorms and I moved back home after that happened with the K2 situation and shit. And my parents, they just had to, like, I had a whole lot going on, Charlie. Like, I had people trying to mentor me. I had these labels trying to fuck with the group. Like, I don't take the full blame of why the group didn't work, but I'm not gonna lie to you. That happening to me kind of hurt the group a lot. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like,
Okay.
my dad had hit the group up for me, told them, like, Devin, he going through something right now. He ain't gonna be communicating. Woo, woo, woo. And then when I eventually got good, while I could communicate and I was confident enough to talk, I'm telling them, like, yeah, I got laced. Woo, woo. And they're like, damn, man. People I would tell, like, they thought, the connotation on getting laced, you would think like you fucked forever, but
Yeah.
it's not. the case all the time, you know what I'm saying? But my family, like my mom and my dad, they really, this was the first situation they experienced that was like this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I opened that door for them where they see how important mental health is. Like with Kanye, when Kanye was going through what he was going through, with like just having episodes and shit. Like my parents was telling me how it reminds them of what I was going through, and they
Mm.
have more understanding now. Where he may say some wild shit, but they see what he's trying to like his intentions are,
Yeah,
he's trying to inform and just express himself. You know what I'm saying?
definitely. Damn. Okay. Now let me ask you another question. Now, obviously you're going through it yourself. You have all these emotions, these thoughts, all these things. How did you, because obviously you have to help yourself get through these things, right? Like your family, doctors, whomever can only do so much. So how did you dig yourself out of this? I don't want to say whole, but how did you move yourself from that spot that you were in?
Yeah. So crazy story. It's this church called Faith Christian Center. So my parents, they had told me about the church, and this was around the peak of when I was feeling suicidal. I wasn't even getting out of my bed. Like I was just staying in my room the whole day. I didn't want to wake up. My parents, they decided, they told me that they talked to a pastor and they knew somebody to go to this church, Faith Christian Center. They wanted me to go. So I go, and to give you a perspective of how bad it was, like I couldn't really dress myself. Like the shit I would put on,
Okay.
I would put on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My parents still let me rock out or whatever. But I go to church with my parents. I had a severe anxiety attack because I'm seeing people and I'm thinking they family members from Chicago because they look so similar. And I haven't
Yeah.
been in public in a while. I'm seeing people and I'm in there tweaking. You know what I'm saying? So the the pastor, I'm thinking he talking about me because he's saying shit like the people who are like the YouTube sensations, yada yada yada.
Oh shit.
Saying shit like
Okay.
that. So I'm listening, I'm like, damn, my anxiety is going crazy. So after we leave church, I hit my breaking point where I was trying to kill myself. Like we in the car leaving, and I can't do this no more. And I'm trying to turn my, like, I'm not to get
Graphic.
you know what I'm saying? But I'm in the
Yeah.
back seat trying to like turn my neck and break my own neck and shit.
Okay.
That's the I laugh at it now because I don't even think, like a lot of people say, you can't break your own neck even if you wanted to. I was back there trying to break my shit. And my daddy, he see what I'm like, they see me in the my mom see me in the review, my dad see me. So he hurry up, take his seatbelt off and jump in the back, and he started holding me. And I'm just breathing
Okay.
real hard, crying. And then they took me to the ER and they had to like strap me down because I'm just like I'm just super emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just hitting my breaking point. So boom, I'm laying in that on that little table strapped down for like I'll say like an hour or two. While I was
Okay.
there, I was making the decision, Charlie, where I'm like, am I gonna try to kill myself after I get out of this and I get the opportunity, or am I done with this? Am I about to actually try to get my life together? That's what I was really trying to decide while I was laying there. And my parents was crying. Like my mom was crying. My dad, like he wasn't crying that night, but it was a moment before that'll never leave my head where I made him cry. You know what I'm saying? Where I was just talking to him. He saw like, man, shit different. You know what I'm saying? But boom, I'm laying there and I'm like, I come to the realization. So if I was to kill myself, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to a better place than where I'm at right now, based off my beliefs. I
Yeah.
believe we have free will, but He's gonna call us when it's our time. It's not our authority to take our own lives into our own hands. We didn't create our lives. We didn't create ourselves. It's a creator that has a divine plan, and we all play a part in it. And if you choose to kill yourself, who's to say that's not part of the plan already? But I don't think it is. And I think that the creator, he's just so divine and so perfect. He has it to where when things go left and just say someone kill themselves, like it's still his will is still gonna unfold. You see what I'm saying? It's just
Okay.
gonna unfold
Yeah.
differently now. It's different things that's gonna happen for the will to come true. Since it's not gonna happen originally as planned, since this
Yeah.
person, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got 19 years of experience in this world. If I kill myself, that's a whole new plane dimension I'm going to. I don't have any experience there. Like that could be worse. More than likely, it's gonna be worse. And I'm like, I can do it. Like while I'm letting, I can do it. I know I can. I can do it. I just got this boost of. And I'll tell you this, Charlie. That whole time I was going through those suicidal thoughts, and I never lost my faith. I believed in God. I prayed to God. You know, it's
Oh
just
yeah.
I was rushing. I felt like my time, like I hit my prime. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had did enough, and it was I could just go, but far
Yeah.
from it. I was far from
Oh
my
yeah.
prime, far from my
For
peak.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to
No,
realize that.
definitely. Man, that's what's up. Well, just like the last story you gave us, I appreciate you opening up and being vulnerable. I think it's one of those things too, like we just said, where, this might give somebody else hope. Somebody
Yeah,
might see this and they're like, damn, he's right. I gotta get myself out of this place because I got a lot more living to do.
yeah,
So mad respect and appreciate you sharing that story with us. So what advice do you have? Obviously, you've gone through these trials and tribulations. So what advice can you offer to somebody who may be having the same thoughts, who may be feeling the same way, to help them kind of see that there's a bigger picture and that there's, like I just said, a whole lot more living to do?
yeah. My best advice: one, be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, you're gonna be so confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you can lie to yourself and make excuses, but it's gonna eventually all crash, burn it. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
crash out. It's gonna all burn down in front of you because lies don't last. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
so be honest with yourself. If you see mentally you're having thoughts that are like not normal, or you're having reactions that aren't normal, and you feel unbalanced, you gotta be honest with yourself. Don't be scared to talk about it and feel like you're gonna be judged. Hopefully, I would pray that anybody going through that has someone they can lean on in that
Yeah.
circumstance, because people are very judgmental and very harsh. But, if you feel that about yourself, you feel that you may be different from everybody else, be honest with yourself and get professional help. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's harder than it sounds for sure, because this country isn't the best. It's the freedom is great, but as far as the healthcare system, like,
Yeah.
it's not the best. You know what I'm saying? So you may not have the best experiences, but you got to try. You got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But be honest with yourself. Um, I recommend having a relationship with the Creator. It doesn't have to, like me. I praise Yah. I consider myself a Hebrew Israelite. Um, I don't think everybody has to have the same beliefs as me to find salvation. I just think we all need to have a relationship with the most high. When I say the
Yeah.
most high, that's the almighty being that comes above all. Because there's a lot of different creations that created that created life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the most high. They could be considered a god. They're not who we should be worshiping or the most. You see what I'm saying? The
Oh yeah.
all most powerful, the Alpha and
Oh yeah.
Omega. So create a relationship with the Most High, with the being who you feel is responsible for you being here. Pray every day. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to pray, look it up on YouTube, like prayers for the day, or prayer about discipline, prayer about
Yeah.
wisdom. Just look it up. You know what I'm saying? And these things are it all come to you. You know what I'm saying? But so be honest with yourself. You know, treat actually seek for professional help because it's out there. It could be holistic. It could be the regular route. You know what I'm saying? Search for professional help if you're going through anything where you feel different. Don't feel like you're not worthy or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were created for a reason. Nobody is meaningless or purposeless in this world. Everybody has a purpose and a meaning. You know what I'm saying? It's just about
Definitely.
finding it. And man, I would just say, love yourself and love those around you. Remove any hatred in your heart.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate that. I think that's some solid and sound advice. I think too, one big thing for me, and I've never dealt with like any type of depression, nothing like that. But some things go south in life. You go through some things, you know what I mean? You get down. And one thing that's always helped me is to keep a journal and to write. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I meant to say that. Write down your thoughts.
And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? Because then if you don't have somebody to talk to, and again, like you said, the hope is that you do have somebody to talk to, but if you don't, at least if you're writing it down and you're getting it out, then that's a step in the right direction. You
Facts.
know what I mean? So
Facts.
I like to journal and try and keep my thoughts as positive as possible. And if some negative comes up, try and look at the other side of it, right? You know what I mean? Okay, how can I turn this around, or how can we make this situation better? How can I learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, man, I appreciate all that stuff. I think it's all solid and sound. And again, appreciate you being vulnerable and opening up and
For
sharing
sure.
that with us.
For sure.
So the next question, and we'll jump right back into the creator side.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with the music? You got
For
some new
sure.
music on the way. You're working on some stuff. Talk to us, man.
Yeah, man. I got an album that I'm working on putting out. It's called Cheesecake. To play off of my little famous line where I said, "Eat her ass like a
Okay.
cheesecake." And your bitch up grabs like a sweepstake. I'ma eat her ass like a cheesecake. So the album. It's like a love album. It's just
Okay.
straight love songs. It's 7 songs, and it's me telling the love story where I'm falling for a shorty. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty dope concept. I feel like the music itself, Charlie, like it's amazing. I feel like it's exactly what I need to hit that next level. But what I'm
Okay.
in the process of getting together is like just getting my appeal back up there. Like my appeal, I don't have as much appeal because I took a huge break from social media, and like my
Okay.
algorithm, like I guess I don't really be in people's timelines, even though I got all these followers. Like I don't get as many likes and views as I
Yeah.
would like, and then like the past songs I put out, they're not really getting that much notoriety or whatever. So I'm really looking for a manager. That's the main
Okay.
priority. Get a manager that can help with the business side of things because I feel like I bring the talent, I bring the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? It's just I gotta get it all together. You know what I'm saying? I got the music. I
Yeah.
got Charlie. I got like at least 30 songs unreleased.
Woo,
Three
woo,
tapes.
woo.
3 tapes ready.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's just I need a manager or at least a PR or something that'll help me with
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm looking for, Charlie.
Okay, I got you. I'll keep an eye out. If I come across somebody, man, I'll definitely keep you tapped in.
Let me
So,
know.
so when can we expect something new? Are you got an official date yet? Or are you still trying to put all that together?
Uh, I want to drop the album like around the fall time,
Okay,
around when like September, October.
okay,
I'm gonna drop.
okay,
I'm gonna
perfect,
drop a
man.
couple singles before that for sure. I'm gonna drop some
Of
singles for the
course.
summertime for sure.
Okay, hell yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. So now, I like to take this opportunity as we get closer to the end of the interview to let the guest shout out the team, whoever you may be working with, if you know what I mean, you got
Mhm.
somebody helping you out behind the scenes, and also shout out where people can find you on social media.
For sure, for sure. Well, all praise to the Most High, man. Wouldn't be here without y'all. Uh, all praise to Yahushua. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to everybody. Everybody plays a role in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
we wouldn't be here without each other. If
Facts.
imagine if it was only one person living his life. Like, it's meant for it to be billions of us, and for us to really come together and make this life more pleasant for all of us. So shout out to
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
Um, if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram, n.devo, in.devo. My Twitter, _INDEVO, Devo. N stands for Innovators. That's a brand that I have, Innovators Enterprise. It's clothing, it's evangelism, it's a lot, it's everything, it's just
Yes,
innovative,
sir.
you know what I'm saying? But Facebook, Devin. I don't really want y'all on my Facebook. That's for family.
No,
So
you
y'all
good.
y'all
Yeah,
don't need
no,
my
no, you
Facebook.
good.
Yeah. So yeah. And shout out to Charlie, man. Shout out to Charlie and his team, y'all. Man, first day I met Charlie, I remember like just walked in the bank with a light on you. I'm like, man, this dude's special or something, man. Like I could tell
I
you definitely
appreciate that.
you one of his ones, you one of his soldiers for sure.
No, man, I appreciate that. It was funny. I was telling my wife when I left, I was like, because I'm a firm believer too in like people and things being placed at the right time,
Yeah,
for a reason. And so she saw me walk out, and I'm smiling, and I got in the car, and I was like, you never know who you're gonna meet. And she was
yeah,
like, what do you mean? And I was like, the cat at the bank. I said, we just got to making small talk. Come to find out he's an artist, XYZ, whatever. We got to talking. I said, and we exchanged contact info. We've kept in touch since then, and
yeah,
I'm just like, damn, it's a solid dude. Like
yeah.
it, and like I said, you end up meeting people for a reason at the
Mm-hmm.
time that you meet them for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And so
Facts.
so the respect is mutual, man. I appreciate
Facts.
those kind words for real, for
Love,
real.
love, for sure.
So now, before I let you go, Wifey and I always do this at the end of each interview. It's called a rapid fire segment. So I'm gonna just pop off, 5, 6 questions. You just answer them, whatever comes to mind, just to kind of help everybody get to know you a little bit better.
All
You
right,
know
for
what I mean?
sure.
And that's why I didn't put them in the in the questions I sent
For
you,
sure,
because
for sure, yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So, all right. So the first question is, and some of them, you know, might apply to situations now. Some might just apply to situations or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
so the first question is, where's your favorite vacation spot?
Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama.
Alabama. Okay. Now, usually I don't go into why, but I want to know why.
That's what. So I've been going to Huntsville, Alabama every year since I was a kid, because we got a lot of
Okay.
family out there,
Got you.
and
Okay.
that's real vacation for me. Like, I go out there, I don't got to get a rental, I don't got to get an Airbnb or a hotel. Like, the family take care of me, and it'd be a good time,
Okay.
man. Every time I go out there,
Okay. Shout out Huntsville, Alabama.
for sure.
Well, my next question is Kendrick or J. Cole?
Kendrick.
Hey, Dot. Okay. Now, which song of yours is your favorite song and why? And it could be something that you've done in the past. It could be something new you got coming up. But I want to know, of all the tracks you've done, what's your favorite and why?
Tracks that I made.
Yeah, your own
Okay.
personal tracks. Yeah.
Um, I would say it's this song called Therapy Session. I plan on dropping it before the year over.
Okay.
It's not gonna be on the Cheesecake album. It's gonna be a single. Well, it's gonna be on this other album, Innovators EP. Um, with that song, it's called Therapy Session. I'm gonna let you hear it next time. Like, we gonna link up one of these
Okay.
days. I'm gonna let you hear it. I'm gonna send it to you. Matter of
Okay.
fact. But that song, it just embodies like the type of flow I want, the type of artist I want to be. Just like, I feel like that's the result of all my hard work. That song, like,
Yeah.
just the whole song itself is cold, and my lyricism, I'm talking about shit that actually it's not bullshit, but I'm still
Okay.
like not on some backpack rapper shit. I don't mind being
Yeah.
a backpack rapper, but I'd rather be like I want to be one of them entertaining artists like that's still lyrical, that still give good subject matter. You know what I'm saying? But this song
Oh
called
yeah.
Therapy Session, a song by me that's not my favorite song. I would say Keep Your Head Up by Tupac.
Oh yeah. Classic right there.
Yeah,
Classic right there. Hell yeah, appreciate that. Sports car or luxury car?
luxury
What's your favorite food?
tacos,
Chicken or beef?
chicken.
If you were stranded on a deserted island and you could take 5 people with you, who would they be?
Two bad bitches. I don't know which ones, but two bad bitches for sure. Uh, one person that's a professional at being whatever you would call that can, because I'm not good at starting fires and hunting
Okay,
animals. So
got
I
you.
need at
Okay,
least one person that's good at that type of
that
shit.
knows how to do. Okay,
You
got
know what I'm
you. A real
saying?
outdoorsman.
You know what I'm saying? So two bad bitches, one at least. No, we're gonna get two people like that. We ain't gonna get just one that got to take everything on their
Okay,
own. Two people that's good at survival. That's gonna get us right. So that's four people. You said six,
that's 5.
five. I
We got
got one
one.
more
We got one
person.
more.
I get one more person. Um, uh, this one person, man. Who is this one person? My dad.
Okay, pops. Okay,
Yeah, my dad. My dad.
okay. I feel that. So now the last question I got for you is, what do you want to be remembered for?
Spreading the gospels. Spreading Yah's will, Yah's love, uh, helping people get closer to their salvation.
Respect. Respect. Hell yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
shoot, man, I appreciate it. Hell yeah, I
Oh,
appreciate it. So that's gonna wrap up this episode, my man. But again, I appreciate you coming on, giving us your time, being vulnerable and opening up.
yeah,
I know a lot of people, will stray from topics like that out of
yeah,
embarrassment or fear of being judged, like you said. But I think that it's really huge in that if you open up about these things, like we said earlier, the potential to help somebody get through whatever issues they might be having is also there. And
facts,
when you can put your pride aside and be vulnerable like you were and really go into detail about those things, I think this is a lot about you. And my respect and my love is right there. So
thank
I
you,
definitely
Charlie.
appreciate that.
Love. I appreciate you for having me, man. Blessings, man, for real.
No doubt, no doubt. So shoot, man. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. Y'all know where to find my guy on social media. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all stay tuned for this Love EP he got dropping.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'll keep y'all posted on social media as well as we follow along with his journey. But my guy, I appreciate you hopping on.
So,
And if you got nothing else, man, we're gonna go ahead and hang it up.
I appreciate you, Charlie. You stay blessed, OG.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, peace.